Hello there. Welcome to a story that's unfolding right outside your window. A tale of two very different Decembers, all within the space of just a couple of weeks. If you've been keeping an eye on the skies lately, you'll know that the weather has been anything but predictable. December is serving up two very different seasons in just 2 weeks. One moment it feels like autumn refuses to let go, with grey clouds and drizzle dominating the scene. The next, winter is knocking on the door, ready to make its presence felt in a big way. Right now, it's all about rain, wind, and mild temperatures. Classic unsettled weather from the Atlantic. Across the country, umbrellas are out in force, and coastal towns are bracing against gusty winds and choppy seas. The air feels damp and the days are short, with the sun making only brief appearances between showers. But don't get too comfortable, a dramatic shift is coming. The weather is about to flip the script, and it's going to catch many of us off guard if we're not paying attention. Soon we'll swap soggy commutes for frosty mornings, and maybe even some snow, especially in the north. Imagine waking up to a world transformed overnight. Icy pavements, glistening rooftops, and the first snowflakes of the season dusting the countryside. For some, it's a magical change. For others, it means extra time scraping the car or bundling up for the school run. This change will impact everything from travel to how we keep warm at home. Roads could become slippery, so drivers will need to take extra care. At home, it's time to check the heating, dig out those thick jumpers, and maybe even stock up on hot drinks and comfort food. The drop in temperature will be sharp, so it's time to think ahead. Don't be caught out by the sudden chill. Make sure your home is ready, and keep an eye on vulnerable neighbors or family members who might need a little extra help. We'll start with the wet, windy week, then dive into the arrival of colder air. The transition will be noticeable. One day you're dodging puddles, the next you're watching your breath, mist in the morning air. I'll show you when this change hits and what it means for your area, whether you're in the south bracing for a chilly snap or in the north preparing for snow. I've got the details you need to stay ahead of the weather. It's a story of change. Being prepared is key. Now's the time to check your supplies, update your weather apps, and make sure you're ready for whatever December throws your way. Let's take a closer look at the weather shaping our next 2 weeks. From rain-soaked streets to frosty fields, December is about to remind us just how quickly things can change. Stay with me as we break down what's coming and how you can make the most of this dramatic shift in the season. Good morning. I'm here to guide you through the next 14 days, from Tuesday the 9th to Monday the 22nd of December. We'll break it down. First, a mild, wet week driven by Atlantic air, then a dramatic cold snap. Expect plenty of rain, gusty winds, and above-average temperatures at first, then a major shift. Colder air, frost, ice, and maybe snow. I'll explain why this happens and how it'll affect different regions. Plus, some practical tips to help you prepare for both rain and cold. Let's get started and make sure you're ready for whatever December brings. This week, the Atlantic dominates. Expect a parade of low-pressure systems. Rain and strong winds will sweep across the UK, especially in the west and north. Temperatures will be unusually mild for December, often reaching double digits. But with the mildness comes persistent wet and windy weather. Heavy rain could cause local flooding, so stay alert for warnings. Gale-force winds may disrupt travel, particularly along coasts. Nights will be mild, with little risk of frost or ice. In summary, mild, wet, windy, and unsettled. Keep your waterproofs handy. It's not cold yet, but it's far from comfortable. Let's zoom in on the coming days and see what the weather has in store. Today, a broad band of rain sweeps steadily eastward across the country, bringing a damp and unsettled start for many. As the rain moves through, you'll notice a change in the skies. Behind the main rain band, brighter spells will develop, with occasional glimpses of sunshine breaking through the clouds. However, don't be fooled. Blustery showers will quickly follow, especially in exposed areas. Temperatures will reach around 10 to 12 degrees Celsius, which is fairly typical for this time of year. Despite these mild temperatures, strong and gusty winds will make it feel noticeably cooler and less pleasant, especially if you're out and about. You might want to hold on to your hat or your umbrella. Looking ahead to Wednesday and Thursday, the unsettled theme continues. Expect further spells of heavy rain and gusty winds to sweep across the country, making for some challenging conditions. The worst of the weather is likely to hit Scotland and Northern Ireland, where persistent rain and strong winds could lead to localized flooding and travel disruption. In contrast, southern parts of England may see brief drier interludes with the sun making a short appearance. But don't leave your raincoat at home. Showers are never far away and will return quickly. By Friday, yet another wave of wet and windy weather is set to arrive, pushing in from the Atlantic and affecting much of the country. Wales and the southwest of England are expected to bear the brunt, with the heaviest and most persistent rain falling here. Localized flooding is possible in prone areas. As we move into the weekend, the weather remains unsettled. Expect a mix of sunshine and heavy blustery showers, with strong winds continuing to buffet the landscape. Outdoor plans may need to be flexible. Some of these showers could be intense, bringing hail or even the odd rumble of thunder. Despite the stormy feel, temperatures will stay on the mild side for most, so there's no risk of snow or ice. All precipitation will fall as rain, keeping roads wet and surfaces slippery, but without the hazards of wintry weather. The main hazards to watch out for are strong winds and surface water on the roads. If you're traveling, take extra care. Reduced visibility and spray from other vehicles can make driving tricky. So keep that umbrella close at hand, dress for the elements, and stay weather aware as we head through this unsettled spell. From Tuesday the 16th, brace for a dramatic change. The mild Atlantic air is swept away by a much colder mass from the north. Daytime highs drop to just 25 pounties, and nights bring widespread, sharp frosts. Ice becomes a major hazard, especially on untreated roads and pavements. Snow showers are likely over northern hills, with a chance of flakes at lower levels. The south sees more dry, crisp sunshine, but freezing fog could cause travel issues. The weather feels more settled, but the cold is biting. Prepare for icy mornings and a true taste of winter. Week 2, cold, crisp, and potentially snowy. So, what's really behind this sudden U-turn in the UK's weather? Why do we go from mild and wet to cold and frosty almost overnight? Let's break it down. The answer lies high above us, in a powerful ribbon of fast-moving air called the jet stream. This invisible force acts like a conveyor belt, steering weather systems right across the country and shaping our daily forecasts. In the first week, the jet stream is positioned to the north of the UK. This means it's pulling in milder, wetter air from the Atlantic, leading to those familiar scenes of rain-soaked streets, umbrellas battling the wind, and grey skies hanging over the British countryside. But then, a shift happens. By the second week, the jet stream dips southwards. This subtle change has a dramatic effect. It opens the door for much colder Arctic air to sweep down over Britain, replacing the mild Atlantic flow. As this happens, high pressure starts to build over the UK. High-pressure systems are like giant shields in the atmosphere. They block out incoming storms, calm the winds, and clear the skies. But with those clear skies comes a catch. The heat escapes at night, and temperatures plummet. If that high pressure parks itself right over us, we get those classic British winter mornings, crisp, dry, and frosty, with ice glistening on the grass and breath visible in the chilly air. But if the high pressure shifts just a little to the east, it can pull in even colder air from the continent, making things feel even more bitter, especially in the east of England and Scotland. This is the classic setup for a UK cold snap. Icy roads, frosted rooftops, and the Scottish Highlands blanketed in snow. It's a familiar pattern that many of us recognise each winter. The interplay between the jet stream and high pressure is what flips our weather from wet and windy to wintry and cold. Sometimes, you'll even see rain turn to snow as temperatures drop. and roads that were just wet become dangerously icy overnight. The exact details depend on where these systems settle. Meteorologists watch their every move, because a small shift can mean the difference between a cold rain and a heavy snowfall. One thing's for sure, with the jet stream dipping and high pressure building, the cold is definitely on its way. So, get ready for a true taste of British winter. The whole UK will feel the shift, but impacts vary by region. Week 1, the west and north get the heaviest rain and strongest winds, with flooding risk highest there. The south and east see more breaks between rain bands. Week 2, snow risk is greatest in northern hills, Scotland, the Pennines and Welsh mountains. Even cities like Glasgow or Newcastle could see flakes. The south focuses on frost, ice and freezing fog, with many dry, sunny days but bitterly cold nights. Icy roads and fog could disrupt travel, especially in the morning. Wherever you are, prepare for a sharp temperature drop and new hazards. Preparation is key for this changing weather. For the wet, windy week, check forecasts, heat warnings, and dress for rain and wind. Drive carefully. Surface water and spray can make roads hazardous. Secure loose items outdoors and watch for falling branches in strong winds. For the cold snap, get your car winter ready. Check tires, screen wash, and keep an ice scraper handy. Allow extra time for icy mornings and never use hot water on windscreens. At home, check your heating and protect pipes from freezing. Look out for vulnerable neighbors and wear shoes with good grip. Simple steps now will help you stay safe and comfortable through both rain and cold. So, that's the story for the next 2 weeks. We start with mild, wet and windy weather. Time for waterproofs and wellies. Then, a sharp turn to cold, frosty and possibly snowy conditions. The key, be ready for change and don't let the mild start catch you off guard. The cold snap will be a shock, with frost, ice and snow risks for many. Stay updated with forecasts. Details can change quickly. Prepare your home, car and wardrobe for winter's arrival. Look out for each other, especially the vulnerable. Whatever the weather brings, a little preparation goes a long way. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned and stay warm.